All right. You know, so like how about instead of you just doing it on your own, how can we work together? So it feels more like, oh, you are having a period of internship to understand, okay, what it really takes. What are the different aspects of it? And then you probably work in the different aspect of it. And then maybe in a matter of 3 months, 6 months, you know you are good, you know you're sure this is exactly what you want to do, and then you can go on your own. But you can end up doing 2, 3 months and be like, no, I don't think I want to do this alone. You know what? Let's just continue working together and everybody still gets what they want, or the exposure they want, or the experience they want, you know. And that's something that I really, really want to work on. So if you are interested in that as well, just let me know. Let me know. You can send me a message and I'll plug you in on that. We're having our first meeting on Friday. How I want to begin to distribute and engage more people using that podcast as a platform for training as well. All right. So welcome to day 4 for editing and basic mixing. So these are the two software I talked about. These are the two software I talked about. Audacity, which is the one we're all using, but there's this other one I also found out, Ocean Audio. So Ocean Audio is it's great for recording, but I don't think it has the I don't think it has the what's it called now? The features that Audacity has. So, well, maybe you want to just, so say for example, you know that, okay, you know what, I just want to focus on recording alone. I think Ocean Audio might be good because number one, it might not take much space because it's just recording. Because for Audacity, the moment you start editing and adding effects and all of that, you know, it increases the size of what you're working on. But Audacity is great because there is a plugin, there's an extra plugin that you can download to Audacity that would help you with checking to meet the standard for Audible. And that's one thing I love about the Audacity. So it helps you meet the standard. You're able to check. There's a particular specification that Audible gives, and Audacity has a particular plugin that you can download to your Audacity that will help you check the levels to meet up with that standard that they want. And once you check it and it's okay, the Audacity and Audibles is going to get your work on their platform. All right. So these are about, so you already know Audacity. Please take your time to watch that tutorial. It's super easy, super enjoyable, very, very straight to the point, and very, very practical that you're going to learn from. All right. So let's get editing. So now I want you to, you know, bring out your, so I'm going to stop sharing this so that I can bring out my, so that I can bring up my Audacity as well. Which file is this one? Help Our Tribe presents Help Mothers in Distress. Okay, this is the novel that I did last night. When I saved you last night, I think I did. I don't need this actually. Yes, yeah, I don't say. I have to do it again. So file, best of men. Yeah. All right, so yeah, you can get your, if you have your Audacity, let's work on editing our files from yesterday. All right. So some of the things that I noticed yesterday, like when I listened to Rashida's version, for example, is I was hearing her breath. So we would need to work on that. Should have been interesting to, was it Cody who shared with us yesterday and it had stereo? You had 2 tracks. Cody, was that you? Or no, was it Cody or was it Was it Feintola? I don't know. Who shared with us and had two tracks instead of one?
It was me.
Feintola, it was you. Okay, fantastic. All right. So, so now you want to pay attention to that when you're recording, because it's not like you're recording an instrument, you're just recording your voice. So always use mono, okay? And you can see my screen. You can all see my screen, right? Can you all see the Audacity screen I'm sharing? Yes. Okay, fantastic. So always when you want, before you start to record, always check it here. Choose mono so that it will be only one track, okay? It's just better when you're doing just voice. It's better when you're done. If you add music to it, then you can export and it will become stereo. But for just the recording, always use mono, right? So mono, then I think, yeah, the other thing that I paid attention to yesterday was when you stumble on a word, you just move on to the next word. Don't do that. Always come back and retake it, right? So I'm going to show you mine because I made a couple of mistakes, but I didn't jump on them. I just had a retake. So just let's listen. So I don't need all of this, but so the reason you don't record immediately you press record. So you can have this space. So this space now, let me do something. Let me normalize because this is just the recording, whatever. Let me see the levels. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray white. Take. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. Take. I think there was a noise. I think I heard a noise there, so I had to stop and take it again. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering. So whenever you make a mistake, even if it's like you're supposed to read a complete sentence and you paused halfway and there was no supposed to be a pause there, just take the whole sentence again to be on the safe side, right? To be on the safe side. And so I was saying that the reason you leave a bit of space before you start recording is so that you can get the sound of the environment that you're on. So it helps because when you want to now do noise reduction, it would help because it will capture the sound of the surrounding and you're able to isolate that surrounding sound and remove it from your recording. All right. So if I want to do that, so for here, I'm going to try and normalize it. So normalizing is like bringing the volume to a good, a better, what will I say now? It just kind of boosts the volume to a better WAV form and you can hear everything clearly. Excuse me. So you can hear everything clearly. So that also it increases the WAV. So if there are any tiny sounds that you can't see right now on these tiny lines here, when you normalize it, you're able to see it. So you just double tap on it to highlight the file, go to Effect, and click on Normalize, and then preview it. What was that? That's not my sound. That is not my sound. This is not my sound. Why is it sounding that way? That's weird because that's not how my room sounds. But let's see, let me normalize it and see. Okay. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray, white. Take. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. Take. All right, so I don't need those takes now. Now I can remove them. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. So obviously my background didn't have too much noise. So that's why this part of it is so quiet. So now that I've normalized it, if I want to remove the background noise. So most times if there is very audible background noise, see this thin line in between, it's not going to be this thin. It will be a little thicker than this. So that should tell you, okay, there's noise behind it. But here, there's really no noise. There was no noise when I was recording this, I think. But still, it's not to say there might not be noise, because right now I'm listening to it on a speaker. And on a good day, I should listen to it with my headphone where I can really hear the background noise properly, right? So I'll just assume that there is background noise. So what you want to do to remove the background noise is to highlight just the empty part and then go to effects and pick noise reduction. Then, so in this particular area just leave it as is, leave the setting as is on your laptop. The only time you can adjust it is if the noise in the background is really, really loud. But that means that in the first place, you shouldn't even have recorded in that kind of noisy area. Okay? But normally the default setting for noise reduction is good enough, right? So what you do is you get the noise profile. So the place you've highlighted, this part you've highlighted, if they are saying that Audacity should capture what the noise, the background noise, or what the ambience sounds like, all right, to capture it. And then you get the noise profile. Once you get the noise profile, so that means Audacity now has an idea of what the background noise is. So you now highlight everything. And so what it will now do is to extract that background noise from the whole file. That's if you want to remove background noise. So you now go back to effects, go back to noise reduction, and just press OK, or you can preview if you want. You can preview if you want. So you see that when you're previewing it, see the monitoring here. You can see the monitoring that there's still background noise, even though we can't see it in the WAV, there's still some sort of background noise that is blinking like this. So by the time I activate this noise reduction, we will play it and see it probably would not be up to this point where it stopped before. So now I've reduced it. So if I play it now, okay, that means the background noise was really not there in the first place. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray, white. But I wish you can hear it clearly. But it will still remove the noise, like it will remove the noise, and you'll be able to feel the difference. So if you're trying it out, please try it out now in your background. Just try it out. Like if you left space, I hope you did. I hope you did leave some space before you started recording. So just highlight it, right? Go to effects, noise reduction, get noise profile. Once that is done, highlight the whole file, go back to noise reduction and click OK to noise reduction. So you listen to it before you do that and listen to it afterwards. You see the difference, all right? You see the difference. The background is going to be clear and your voice will pop out the more, all right? So that's for noise reduction. But then again, for this kind of my recording that didn't really have much noise behind it, I wouldn't even bother with noise reduction for now, because if I wanted to put this on Audible, I actually need a level of that background noise. They need it in the recording. They call it the floor noise. The floor noise. So, and there's a particular dB that it must be. There's a particular decibel. So dB is decibel, and that's the level of the monitoring, right? I'm going to call you back. Right? So you have that, that's a particular level that they want it to be. So if you're recording for Audacity, for Audibles, as long as the background noise initially is not massive, just do your editing, be sure, clean it up, know what you want, know that you've done editing, then you can then test to see if the background noise is okay with the specification of Audible. So that, because if you remove it completely, they will reject it. They won't take it because they'll be like, it's too dead silent. So for them, it feels like the audio is too treated. It's too treated. Okay. I know this is a lot to unpack, but just follow me closely. Okay. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to just pause or stop me and let me know, and then I can take your question before we go on. So that's if you're doing for Audible. But this is like, okay, let's just say you want to do your own recording and you want it to be clean. You want to remove the background noise first. You've normalized it. You can hear it clearly now. Now it's time for us to start removing all the errors that are in it, okay? So already I know that this error, the sky looks like a blend of dark gray white. I don't want it. I don't need it because I'm taking it again. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. So this is how I mark my own take. This is what may I do. But you can say take one, take two, or you can do this, whatever works for you. The sky looks like a blend. So that's where I wanted to start from. So I'm just going to let it get a little space before I start, highlight it, and then delete. So for Audacity, when it is playing, you're unable to do anything. So you have to pause it, highlight, and then do whatever it is you want to do before it will respond to you. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving the offices. Clara and Joy were just made a mistake there. I'm going to expand it. So you use the zoom button. Use the zoom button here. I mean, there are two zoom buttons. You can use this one or use this one. I just prefer this one. So use the zoom button to zoom it out so that you can highlight the particular part and not cut out any part that does not need to be cut out. So I'm going to listen to it again. Clara and Joy were just leaving the offices. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices. Okay, so that's the part I don't need. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to delete it. So I'm going to listen to it from me again. Everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving. So I feel like the space in before its time. Clara and Joy were so I feel like the space there is too long. The pause there is too long. It doesn't make it flow well. So I will reduce the space a bit. So I'll just highlight it a bit and reduce it and listen again. Gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the unexpected climatic change. Clara quickly brought out a shower cap and an umbrella as she offered Joy space under her quite small umbrella. They were both plugged together like someone had mistakenly taped them to each other. Joy was on the big side, while Clara, who owned the umbrella, was barely finding space under it, and the rains, which had now begun, poured gracefully on her body and back. They both stood under. So that's another really long pause. I'm just going to delete that. Be on her body and back. They both stood under the umbrella, waiting for a bus to Oshodi when a tinted blast. There. They both stood under the umbrella, waiting for a bus to Oshodi when. So I don't know if you can hear it, but the click I told you about, I don't know if you can see this tiny line here, this tiny blue stuff here. If I zoom it out, you'll be able to see it still. Yeah. Can you see this tiny line here? This one where my cursor is on. Can you see it? Yes.
Yes.
That's my click. And I don't know if you can hear it. Let me increase the volume of my whatever. The both stood under the umbrella waiting for a bus to Oshodi when it. Did you hear it? It's like a click sound. And for me, I hear it all the time. So I'm like, is it? I wasn't putting on earring when I was recording now. At some point, when like, because sometimes if you're recording, just remove all those, any shimmery, whatever, the microphone will pick it up. Right? But like, I wasn't putting on earring that are dangling that will making that click sound. Because later I discovered that, oh, okay, so I have a click. Okay. So now I used to pay attention to it. It's inside. So now that I even increase the volume of the audio, I can actually hear the background noise. That's why editing with speakers sometimes might not work. When you use headphones, you'll be able to hear it clearly. You'll be able to hear the background noise clearly. But I don't know if you could hear it, because I could hear it gracefully on her body and bag. The both stood under the umbrella waiting for a bus to Oshodi when a tinted black. Yeah, so the background noise is still there. Well, I think so. When I applied the background noise, it has cleared the noise from the background generally. But then when the voice is on, you can still hear it. It's still there somehow, because that part of it is inside, is mixed with the voice already. So it's still there, but it's not that bad. So I think there was an error here. I'm going to remove that. When 18th, yes, I'm just going to remove it with a click. Later, listen to the both stood under the umbrella waiting for a bus to Oshodi when a tinted glass Infinity Jeep parked in front of them. Joy and Clara looked at it. This is such a long pause. So that's why it's okay to pause when you're recording, because you know you can always remove the space. Infinity Jeep parked in front of them. Joy and Clara looked at each other as the driver rolled down the side glass and beckoned on them to enter. Clara didn't even think twice as she made a move to open the door when Joy pulled her back. Thank you, sir. We are fine. So for example, this particular word, Clara, at the beginning is so hot. You can see that the monitoring, watch the monitoring here, it goes red. Clara, so it's too loud. Clara, that's why it's going red, and that's not too good. So we're going to do, our compressor is going to help us with that to balance the whole thing off. So just pay attention. Clara didn't even think twice as she made a move to open the door when Joy pulled her back. Thank you, sir. We are fine, Joy responded. Clara simply slipped into the car as she left her umbrella with Joy to take home, since she wasn't interested in the free ride. There's something here. That was the sound. Her umbrella with Joy to take home, since she wasn't interested in the free ride. Joy shook her head as she stepped back for the Jeep to drive off with her friend and colleague in it. Joy wasn't in any way surprised at all. That's too long a pause. With her friend and colleague in it. Joy wasn't in any way surprised at all. This wasn't the first time something like this was happening. Clara had always taken risky chances with men, whether she knew them or not, especially when she sensed they had. So you see what I did there, especially when she sensed. I could have just continued there, but the fact that I stressed the word sensed and the sentence was not ended, it wouldn't make sense for me to just continue, because it will sound somehow. So rather, you just take the whole sentence again, all right? Whether she knew them or not, especially when she sensed they had this, because they were even the way I started that part alone, especially when, like, why did I just change my tonation all of a sudden? It doesn't make sense. Whether she knew them or not, especially when she sensed. So I think what happened there was I was struggling with the with the text on my phone, but you know it was a screenshot, so the picture was small, so I was zooming out and zooming in. So I read that part. It did not need that high tonation there. It's a sentence. She sensed, especially when she sensed, like, especially when she sensed, like, there's no call for that stress. So instead of me to leave it that way, I have to take it again. Joy wasn't in any way surprised whether she knew them or not, especially when she sensed. So it's like whether she knew them or not, especially when she sensed. So that pause in especially when it wasn't called for. So when you sense that you delivered a sentence with the wrong tonation or the wrong emotion, please just do it again rather than go with the flow, right? Rather than continue without taking it again. So I'm going to take that out and then listen to it again from behind. This wasn't the first time something like this was happening. Clara had always taken risky chances with men, especially when she sensed they had resources and visible cash. It sounds better Joy now. Joy waited for almost 20 minutes before she finally got a bus to take her home. So Joy waited for take that out. Resources and visible cash. Joy waited for almost 20 minutes before she finally got a bus to take her home. She had had a very long day at work and the rain take her home. She had had a very long day at work and the rains just made it worse. As she got into a one-room apartment somewhere on the mainland, changed her clothes, had a quick bath, got into bed and slept off, not bothering to even call her friend. All right, so now we're done. What are the exercises? Then we can listen to it all over again just to be sure that we like the flow of the things. Now we'll remove all the errors. So when you now listen to it again, you should be happy with the flow of it. The sky looked like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the unexpected climatic change. Clara quickly brought out a shower cap and an umbrella as she offered Joy space under her quite small umbrella. They were both plugged together like someone had mistakenly taped them to each other. Joy was on the big side, while Clara, who owned the umbrella, was barely finding space under it, and the rains, which had now begun, poured gracefully on her body and bag. They both stood under the umbrella, waiting for a bus to Oshodi, when a tinted glass Infinity Jeep parked in front of them. Joy and Clara looked at each other as the driver rolled down the side glass and beckoned on them to enter. Clara didn't even think twice as she made a move to open the door when Joy pulled her back. "Thank you, sir. We are fine," Joy responded. Clara simply slipped into the car as she left her umbrella with Joy to take home since she wasn't interested in the free ride. Joy shook her head as she stepped back for the Jeep to drive off with her friend and colleague in it. Joy wasn't in any way surprised at all. This wasn't the first time something like this was happening. Clara had always taken risky chances with men, especially when she sensed they had resources and visible cash. Joy waited for almost 20 minutes before she finally got a bus to take her home. She had had a very long day at work and the rains just made it worse. As she got into a one-room apartment somewhere on the mainland, changed her clothes, had a quick bath, got into bed and slept off, not bothering to even call her friend. All right. So now we're good with the report, with the editing to say, okay, we've taken out all the errors, the spaces that are not needed, and now we're happy with what is left. So now that's the basic editing, right? That's it. Just cut out all the errors in all of it, and then listen now to say, okay, smooth now. You like what you hear, and then now we'll now do the basic mixing, which is EQ and compressor, right? So for me personally, I really don't mix with, I don't add effect or anything with Audacity on a good day. I use a higher software, which is for engineers. I use Pro Tools for my EQ, for my mixing basically, because there I have better settings than Audacity to add reverb, to add, compressor. And so all of these are all of these are audio jargons, right? Compressor. So what compressor does is, now you can see that some of these words are like spiky. So it's like they are louder than the other. So what a compressor does, it kind of balances it. It boosts the lower parts, it makes it go up, and brings the higher part, makes it come down, so that you have a balanced experience, right? That's what a compressor does. So it's that you don't have loud, low, right? So it helps you just bring it all together so that it's a bit smooth. And then the EQ is that you want to remove some frequencies. So if I want to make my voice sound a bit thinner, I can cut out the low end and maybe increase the high end, so it sounds a bit thin and crispy. So, but that sound now, it depends on what you are hearing and what you want to hear. Although there are rule of thumbs, right? But ideally, like, it's just about you listening into what you want to hear, how you want to make your voice sound. So you can tweak all of those during EQ, reduce the low end. When you reduce the low end as well, it kind of also reduces the background noise a bit. It cuts it out and makes your voice sound crispier than it already does, right? And then there is the reverb. The reverb is the one that makes it sound, it gives it a feel like you're sounding from a holy room, but not so holy. So there are different effects, there are different levels of reverb that you can put to make it sound a bit echoey, but not echo. But it just gives it more life, more vibrancy, right? But you really don't need all of those when it comes to just vocals. What you need is you've normalized it to make it a clean level. Then you can use the compressor to kind of balance the sound, and then the EQ to make it cleaner or crispier, because you remove some frequencies to make it sound better. So let me attempt the EQ now. So this the mixing part is sometimes objective. So every person, every engineer has their own preferences depending on what they are looking for, what they want to listen to, or how they want to sound. Some would say do the compressor first before you do the EQ, but some would like do the EQ and then compress it and make it balance. So it depends. It's not a one size fits all. It depends on what you want to hear. All right, so I am going to do the EQ first. So I highlight it. I'll highlight it, go to effect, and go to equalization. Are we still together? I hope I've not totally lost you. Oh my God, please, are we still together?
All good, we're paying attention.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right. Okay, so I select it and I look for equalization. So this is the one they have here, graphic EQ. So that's why, I mean, Audacity is basic. I mean, there are people who use it for great stuff, but I've never like really used it. For me, once I'm done recording on it and I edit it here, because it's somehow, depending on the length of the work and the dynamics of it, I can edit it here quickly because it seems very easy to edit here. Then once I'm done editing, as it is like this, I'll just export it as WAV and I'll take it to Pro Tools and do all my EQing and everything there. So I don't normally use Audacity because it's restricted somehow, but it's still okay for starters, right? So we'll go to graphic EQ. Now this is what it has. So it has, I'm sure it has some presets that you can use. Oh, hey, that's flattening it now. Okay, so this is when it's flattened, it means that that's the raw. That's how it is. Zero is on zero right now. So let's listen. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, that's what it sounds like now. So if I want to add the EQ now, So these are the frequencies. The frequencies. So from here, from basically, the human ears can hear from 20 to 20,000 kilohertz, right? But still, when it's beyond, below this area, it's still like rumble, rumble, rumble. It's very basic. You can leave it if it's a man's voice so that it retains the bassiness. But for female voices, you want to kind of cut down the bass, the low end, and leave the mids and the highs so that it's a bit crispy and feminine. So for example, on Pro Tools, you would see they have nice presets. Like you don't even need to do anything. Just select the preset you want. Female voice, female presence, female creeps, clean voice, male voice. So they have different presets that you can just apply to it and it does the job. But here it's just so basic. You have to do the stuff yourself, right? They don't even have presets. So it's you that, let me see, factory presets. Yeah, this is all they have for factory preset. They have bass boost, they have bass cuts, they have rear, whatever that means. They have treble boost, they have treble cut. So let me just look at it for you to see, right? For bass boost is that it will increase the low end to make it sound bassy. So let's add that. You see what it did? So if you preview that, listen to it. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, so it increases the basic part. So if we go back to manage, check this thing, so bass cuts, it will bring down the basic part. So let's preview that again. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, did you hear the difference? So the bass cut removed the bass totally and make the voice sound a bit thinner. Did you hear it?
Yes, yeah.
All right, great. So
yes.
that's it. Yeah, so that's it. You can just play around with the presets. So I don't know what Ria is. Let me see what Ria is. Oh, this one is like totally bassy and then no. Let's preview that. What does this sound like? The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, it cuts out the whole high totally and just increases the bass part. I don't want to preview it. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, that's modeled. All right. So if I go back and do treble boost, it's going to increase the highs. It's going to sound a bit, let me see what it sounds like. A little bit high. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, so you see it brightens it up. It brightens it up, right? Then the treble cut is going to cut it down and have only mids and lows. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud. So there you have a different distance. So I can flatten it again and say, okay. So if we don't like the way any of the preset sounds, then you can then create your own and probably even save it as your preset so that every time you do stuff, you just use that preset. So you see over here, you can save presets here. So it's like, now I want to do your own, you want to create your own signature tone. So I want to reduce up until about 63 hertz. I want to cut that out completely. I want to cut it out from 63 down. Yeah. So let me preview what that sounds like. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. Okay. The cloud. All right. So from up to 160, I'm just going to reduce it a bit more. I'm going to reduce it a bit more. And then I'm going to increase my high a bit, so that it's a bit bright. So from 20K, actually, you don't really hear it with your physical, with your natural ears, but it's still there. So I'm just going to increase the highs a little bit. This is so stressful. on this on photos like this. Just move one button, everything will just be going zero. This was for so this I'll listen to what this sounds like and see if I need to maybe dip the mid of it so that I can sound crispier. But let's see what this sounds like. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud. So let me try dipping the mids from 500 to 1.25. Okay. I'm just going to reduce it a bit. So let me hear what that sounds like. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, okay, I'm going to make that a bit. Yeah, let's see. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, okay, so I like how this sounds. So I'm going to save this preset as EJ1. So that means anytime I want to do stuff now, I can just come back here. I can use presets. So as much preset as you want, you can use. So I have EJ1, I can have EJ2, I can have whatever I want to name it, or I can use the default preset, okay? So that's for EQ. So we're okay with, I like what it sounds like now. I'm going to click okay, and it does the job to it, right? So if we play it now, the sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. So I like what it sounds like. So I'm going to compress it now. So it's highlighted already. I'll go back to effect and I'll look for compressor. This is your compressor here, right? So I'll go there, go to compressor. So for compressor, you can just use the setting that is there, because if you mess with it, I don't know how to explain compressor to you right now that you understand it. To take a while, so just preview it. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, so it increases the volume. So what I would only say for you is the threshold, this first part. The threshold should, this is minus 18 dB. So let's bring it down to minus 25. So that means that the threshold means that it is when it gets to minus 25 that the compressor will hit. So anything that is louder than minus 25 dB, if it's too loud, the compressor will bring it down. If it's not loud enough, the compressor will bring it up to that dB. That's what the threshold means, right? So I can bring it down to 25 so that it compresses it. Then the noise floor, we can leave it at this because it might also still affect with the audible, whatever. Then the ratio is fine, the attack is fine. So let's preview it again. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, okay. Now the compressor is now bringing up the noise. The compressor is now bringing up the noise in the floor, the noise floor. So maybe I can reduce this a bit, actually. Maybe minus 40 or minus 30 dB. 25, let me see. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud, see the minus 35. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud is there, let me see. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The cloud is still the same, so let's just leave it at default. That was at 35 as default, no? It was at 35, so we'll just leave it at default. Ratio, yeah, just leave it as is. So then I'm now going to have to, I'll do this. It increases it. So let's listen to it now. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the unexpected climatic. So now I can see that it's hot, it's hitting 0, 0, 0. I need to bring the volume down. So I've highlighted it. I'm going to go back to effects And I'm going to go to amplify. Is that gain? Okay, I'm going to go to amplify. Yeah. And reduce the volume for me. So I'm going to put it at -3. Ideally, that's what it should be. Let me preview. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. This is not hitting red again. It's not hitting red again. So I'm going to do that. Right. So with this now, the sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. It's not too loud. The clouds were clear. It's not hitting red. Already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the unexpected climatic change. Clara quickly brought out a shower cap and an umbrella as she offered Joy space under her quite small. All right, so there we have it for the editing. So if you wanted to add music in the background, so you can then now go to File, Import audio, and maybe add the music to it. Would I have any music here? Of course I do, but like background music. Okay, cool. Okay, I like this African feel since it's an African story. So you can see there, I see that this volume is too even loud when you play it together now. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering. So it's too loud. The music is too loud. So we'll play it and then we'll reduce the volume. You can reduce the volume of the music here. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the unexpected climatic change. Clara quickly brought out a shower cap and an up. So let's do that again. Go back. The sky looked like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the unexpected climatic change. Clara quickly brought out a shower cap and an umbrella as she offered Joy space under her quite small umbrella. They were both clubbed together like someone had mistakenly taped them to each other. Joy was on the big side, while Clara, who owned the umbrella, was barely finding space under it, and the rains, which had now begun, poured gracefully on her body and bag. They both stood under the umbrella, waiting for a bus to Oshodi, when a tinted glass Infinity Jeep parked in front of them. Joy and Clara looked at each other as the driver rolled down the side glass and beckoned on them to enter. Clara didn't even think twice as she made a move to open the door when Joy pulled her back. "Thank you, sir. We are fine," Joy responded. Clara simply slipped into the car as she left her umbrella with Joy to take home since she wasn't interested in the free ride. Joy shook her head as she stepped back for the Jeep to drive off with her friend and colleague in it. Joy wasn't in any way surprised at all. This wasn't the first time something like this was happening. Clara had always taken risky chances with men, especially when she sensed they had resources and visible cash. Joy waited for almost 20 minutes before she finally got a bus to take her home. She had had a very long day at work, and the rains just made it worse as she got into a one-room apartment somewhere on the mainland, changed her clothes, had a quick bath, got into bed, and slept off, not bothering to even call her friend. Right, so I want to cut this out because it's too long to just keep the stuff going. So I'll do that and then I'll highlight this and fade in and fade out. So highlight it, go back to effect, fade in, Too much. Control Z, go back. I want to do fade in again. Fade in. Can't I change the presets, dude? Control Z. Okay. So I'm going to select the part I want. Oh, wait a minute. I think it actually faded in. Okay, it's fine. The sky looks like a. So I want to fade this part out. So I'll select that part alone because I can't do everything. Select that part I want to fade out and fade it out, right? So there we go. Land. So it ends here. Land. Changed her clothes, had a quick bath, got into bed, and slept off, not bothering to even call her friend. So it fades out, and that's the end. So, but I'm hearing this that there's noise in this thing. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to try and reduce the noise again, if that's going to help. I'm still hearing there's this white noise under it. So I'm going to do that noise reduction thing again. Effect, noise reduction. Get noise, whatever, go back, effect, noise reduction, apply. Right, let's play it now. The sky looks like a blend of dark gray and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed like the night was falling in before its time. Clara and Joy were just leaving their offices as they walked into the. Okay, so now I like the way it sounds. I like the way the music is, the level of the music and everything. So I want to export it now as one file, right? And I'm going to send to you on the WhatsApp group. So now all I need to do is highlight everything. So if you click on Shift and press the arrow, it selects everything. And then I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Export. I'm going to export as MP3. Okay? Because now, okay, we're good with the editing, we're good with the sound, we're good with the music level and all of that. Now it's a final product, and I'm going to export as MP3 file. So now I can then save it as what I want to save it. Best of men, tab fin, which is the final, and documents, going to save in my documents, MP3 file, quality 192 points. So for example, Audible, this is the standard for Audible, 192 kilobytes per second, but you can use lower for other stuff, but it's just okay to keep it like this. It keeps the quality of the sound. So you check that is fine. So you can export as mono or as stereo, but this is coming out as mono, so it's fine. It's coming out, force export to mono. So it's why is it doing mono? Why not audio? No, constant 100. Why not audio? What if I wanted to? Okay, let me export it. Save. Your tracks will be mixed down and exported as one mono file. But I don't want, I want it to go as stereo file. Why is it not allowing me? Export as MP3. I don't want it. Okay, yeah. So if you don't want it to export as mono file, I don't want to export as mono file. I want to export as stereo file. So this is joint stereo. So if you wanted to export as mono, you keep it, you arm that part. So we'll unharm it and then it will go as stereo. So I can save now. Yes. And then this is the tag. You can name it whatever you want to name it. You can name it what you want to, artist name, you can put your artist name or the author's name or the project name, title of the track, album title, blah, blah, blah. When you do this, actually, it's just when you play it somewhere, it gives those, it shows those information, really. So let me just say, this is Best of Men, 1, and let's say chapter 1, album title, The Best of Men, track number 1, year, what's 2019? This is 2021. Today is, I don't know whether it's month now that is there or year. So 07, this is July, today is 15, I think. Today is 14. And the time is, for me, is 9:32. Genre, audiobook, comments, produced by software. Let's leave software like that, okay? So I've added this information to it now. So if you're playing it on a player, it should give this information on it, right? So save. And we're good. And our file is ready. So how did that go? Any question? I'm going to share the finished file on the group. Any question? How did that go for you? Was it confusing? Does it look cumbersome? Does it look like, oh my God, what is this?
It's a bit confusing, you understand, but I just wish we can get the replay for it.
Absolutely, you will.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments? What about the editing part? At least the editing part. Actually, I shouldn't have even done the mixing part today because tomorrow is supposed to be for mixing. Well, basic today. Actually, basic today for mixing. Actually, okay. Yeah, tomorrow is we are going into the fields to look for work to do. Okay, so what about the editing? At least the minimum of the editing part. Did you get that part correctly? Did you get that part clearly?
It was cumbersome for me. But I think I may have to go through the replay again and again, probably.
But are you with your Audacity right now?
Yes.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I don't mind.
So share your screen and try out at least editing. Let's see, so I can guide you. So at least you put your hands on it and do it.
Okay.
So, Beryl, also be ready so that you can just test it out. Just 5 minutes each. Let's just test it out. You're going to edit what you've done.
Okay.
Dorothy, are you able to share your screen? Do you need more time, Dorothy, so that Beryl can go for it while you sort it out?
Beryl can go for hers while I try
Okay,
to
please, Beryl, please, let's go for it.
Okay. Let me just share. Oh, I didn't share sound. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so I'd already done the normalizing and the removing background noise. So I was
Okay,
trying
cool.
to as you were doing it. But then in the end, I thought, nah, let me stop switching between the two screens and get confused. I just wrote
All
some
right.
notes. So I had number one as normalizing, number two as removing background noise, number three as deleting sections you don't want. I think I did a little bit of that as well.
Okay.
So, say for example, the beginning, I had a long wait, so I deleted some of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Or like this section, I don't know what this is, but I think
Exactly.
there's
Something
no
is there.
sound. So I think you highlight it and then is it
No,
and
just
then
hit
edit?
delete on your phone. Just hit delete.
My computer's a bit confusing. So yeah, so
Oh,
that's done.
so basically on your whatever on your keyboard, just hit delete. Once you highlight it, hit delete. It's faster.
Okay, yeah, true. And then what was next?
So you have to play it back to see the flow. If the pauses in between is too much, you can reduce it. So every time you do an edit, you take it back a bit and then play back and then listen.
Okay. And then you had the equalizer after, I think.
So are you done editing? So you're
I
good.
guess not. I don't think I want to do all of it now,
Yeah.
because it will be quite long. So for example, like here, I'm just guessing there will be something there, some sort of noise there.
But don't guess. Always listen.
Okay, let me.
Joy was on the big side, while Clara, who owned the
Okay, so it doesn't seem to be anything too noticeable, but but there's no harm in deleting it. I know there are some errors that I made, but I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't record the sentence again, so I think I would have to do the whole recording again.
Again. Okay. Cool. Good. Great. Okay. So then try the equalizing. Let's see.
Okay, so go to wait,
So
was it?
you have to select it first.
Yeah.
Select the whole file. Just double click on it. Yeah. Then go to effects. Yes.
Graphic
Graphic
EQ.
EQ. Exactly.
So I can either flatten or I can manage or I can, but mine looks different.
Yeah. So I think it's upgraded.
Oh, I preferred yours.
Either it's upgraded or I don't know. Or maybe it shows differently. But are you using Windows or Apple?
I'm using Windows.
Okay, so maybe it shows differently on Windows.
Yeah. So but I mean,
So
there's
you
no
go to
point
manage. So this is
flat.
flattened now. So it means it's just
Yeah.
the way it is. So if you go to manage under there, so you can
And
use
then
presets.
factory resets. I don't want cut the base. Let's try that. Yeah.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white. The clouds were
Okay. And
So
then
do you like what you hear? If you like what you hear, then you can go with it and just okay. But if not, you can always change it and tweak it the way you want it.
let me just contrast it just out of interest. So
Yeah.
if I do bass boost.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white.
Like no. If it was a guy, then maybe.
Yeah. So I press OK.
Yes. You can play it to listen to it now if you're
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white.
Okay.
Right.
So I did the title and then I went straight into it. Can you insert a pause?
Yes, you can.
Okay. It doesn't have to be today, but it was just a question.
No, that's it. Just copy the pause. Copy
like
a section of a
this.
pause like that. Yeah.
Edit,
copy. Yes, then go to where you want to add it. Click on where you want to add it.
Edit, paste. I don't know. Let's have a
Yeah. That's it. So, but I don't think that's the right place though. But that's it.
Sky looked like a blend of dark.
Okay, so you added it to the wrong place. Yeah.
Okay. Can I paste again? Paste. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
best of men.
Okay, so I can undo paste if I undo both
Yes,
pastes.
you can undo all the editing, yeah.
And then paste. Okay. So if we pretend I've done all of that in terms of equalizing, and then the last bit was compressor, right?
Compressor, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So you select again. Yeah.
effect.
But compressor.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And then it says
so
an
yeah, hold on. I see yours, the threshold is -12, your noise floor is 40, ratio is 2.1, attack time is 20. So can you preview? Let's listen. Let me hear.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white. The
Now,
clouds
hold on. Make up gain for after the video. So arm compress based on pics. Click on the tick the box. Tick the box that says compress.
Oh,
Yeah. Then preview again.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white. The clouds
Okay, so it's too loud. So the threshold, bring the threshold down a bit to like -24.
oh.
No, yeah, take it back, -24. Yeah, around there, leave it like that. Preview it again, let's hear it.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white. The clouds
Okay. Attack time. Increase the attack time a bit. Keep going. Let's say to 30. Yeah, leave it like that. That's fine. It takes seconds. Yeah. Release time, increase it a bit to like 2 seconds. Okay, then preview. Let's listen.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white. The clouds
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, it was funny because I didn't hear any difference.
That's it. Yeah. So play it, let's see, because I think it might be hot, but let's see.
The best of men. The sky looked like a blend of dark grey and white. The clouds were gathering and everywhere already seemed black.
Not bad. Yeah, great. That's it. So you can now either add music to it or you export it like that.
Yeah,
so if you want to add music to it now, you go file. I don't know if you have music on your like instrumentals, exactly. So if you have instrumentals, you go to file, you go to import, pick the music where it is. And then so basically you can then right now you can search, I think there are a couple of websites that have stock background music that they give for free, that they produce for free. So you can check. I think I'll check if I see there's one I use. Although their free stuff are limited, but it's what it is. That's what you have to use unless you want to produce your own sound, right? So you can download from there and then use those stock background music for whatever it is you want to do. So yeah, that's it. And then once you reduce the level, you like what you hear, you can then export it as one file.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, she's gone. Dorothy, I think maybe our network is somehow. I think she's gone. Okay. Any other person wants to try? Oh, Dorothy is here. Dorothy, are you ready?
I am.
Okay, please go for it.
I'm actually struggling to share.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking for my share button. I can't find.
Well, it's just down there. Share screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah. Aha. You also recorded in mono stereo. Always record in mono. So what you want to do to first of all deal with the stereo mono thing, go to audio track. You see the triangle beside the audio track? No, down, not tracks, just by the side of the main track. Just the side. I'm showing my screen. Down. Where the WAV is, yeah, the side, the extreme. No, the other side. So this beginning side where you have mute, solo, audio track, stereo for down. You see the main track where you have these two tracks. Huh? Yes, there, yes. Go to the audio tracks that you see up there. Click the triangle, yeah? Split to mono. Split stereo to mono, down. There. No. Down. The next one. Split stereo to mono. Not that, yes, that one. Then close one. Close the down one or anyone, just close one of it. Use the X button by the side, yeah? Yes, so we dealt with stereo mono, right?
Okay.
Of dark gray and white. So go back to the beginning, click the rewind button, yeah. It seemed like
Okay.
the night was falling in before its time. No, I think it's not a bit. So just click the rewind button beside the stop. You see the rewind, the next one, up. There, yeah. Click that. It's not clicking. So stop and click that. Press stop, yeah, first, then click that to take it back to the beginning. Yes, then play. The best of men. Part 1. The sky looked like a blend of dark gray and white. Okay, so now let's normalize it. Stop. Already seemed like. So if you want to stop, you can press space bar to stop. Part 1. Yeah. Now double click on the file, double click on the track to highlight everything. Yeah, just double click on it. Are you using a mouse?
No.
Great. Okay, then go to effects. Up. Not there, just where the file is, but down that line. Keep going down the line, not that line, to your right. Track, blah, blah, effects. The next one.
My menu bar is up there, so it's covering it.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Effect. Yeah. Go to normalize. It's down. After noise reduction, down. Yeah. And just leave it. Just say okay. I think that should have been 0. Say okay. Click okay. Click okay. Can you see the okay?
My okay was covered, that's why.
Okay. All right. Now let's play it again. I think there's noise in the background. We'll play it again. The best of men. You should be able to hear it better that there's noise in the background. The sky looked like a blend of dark gray and white. Can you hear the noise in the background?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so stop. Stop.
The night falling in before its time.
You can press space bar again to stop it if you want. So space bar is for play and stop. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so now go back to the beginning. Use that rewind button to go back to the beginning. Select the first plain space. No. Click on the WAV itself, the track itself. Yeah, no, don't select all. Click on it inside, yeah, like that. Just select that part. You see, when you click on that line and you see that hand, just drag the hand to select a portion of the screen. Okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So now go to effects. Noise reduction, down. Noise reduction, yeah. Click on get noise profile. Up, get noise profile, yeah. That's it. Then click on the whole track to highlight everything. Then go back to the effect again. Then click on noise reduction again. Then click OK. No. This time around, click OK. Can you see? You can see on the screen as well that it has reduced the noise. So play it now, you should be able to hear the difference.
The best of men.
Yeah, but there's still a little noise.
Mm-hmm.
The sky looked like
it's fine.
blend of
So pause.
The clouds were.
So where is the little noise you think you're hearing? At the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So select a little bit of that beginning and just delete. So click anywhere else on the screen so that, yeah. So then select the beginning. Yeah, from there, just drag that hand like that backwards. Are you using a normal mouse or you are using your trackpad?
Trackpad.
The trackpad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So select it to the end. Once you put the hand, yeah, select it to the end. Then click on delete on your keyboard. Great. Okay. Let's play it again.
The best of men.
So you see, pause.
The sky looked like.
So you see that even the beginning for you didn't record it well. So there's nothing you can do there's nothing you can do right now when you're editing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when you started, you didn't even start with confidence to say best of men. You're like best of men. So there's nothing you can do about it. So you have to re-record it. Do you get? That's what I mean when I say when you make a mistake, you could have actually said, oh, that didn't sound well. Just pause and say take 2, best of men, so that you say it well. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah, so play it. Let's see if we can remove any other thing and then go to the other.
The best of men. Part 1. The sky looked like you.
Pause. Part 1. That's you're asking. Are you asking the people question like, is this part 1? Do you see? It's not part 1. It's part 1. The best of men. Part 1. Not part 1, because when I say part 1, the listener will be like, are you asking me? Do you get? So play.
The best of men. Part 1. The sky looked like.
I think that is a sound. Where?
Yeah, I think I have a better, would I say, record, because I did this like about 4 or 5 times. So I just picked, I think I picked the wrong
one. That's fine. Now you know. So what we
Yeah.
just want to do is, once you're done with this experiment now, go look for that good one, delete the remaining ones, and use that one to now do the editing and the mixing. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. So basically, it's like double clicking on it, click on effect, go to the effect you want to do, apply it, and then do the next one like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you also just go back to that video I shared initially,
Okay.
you would understand it better now. Then watch the replay of this class. It will just be clear to you. But if you still are finding it a bit difficult, just let me know. You can always.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
For the clumsiness.
No problem at all. We are all clumsy at some point. All right, thank you so much. Okay. Any other comments from any other person? Who else tried to work on Audacity and you want to share with us? What was the experience like? Was it too difficult? You think, oh, please, I don't think I can handle this. What is it? Please let me know. Nobody? You people scare me when you keep quiet like this. You make me afraid. Stop scaring me. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out for the GDI. Let's speak out against. Hello, is everybody there? Am I on my own?
We're still here.
So no comments, no question. Come on. See you guys now, because you're not talking now. Dorothy thinks she's the one that is boring you. What's up? No, now that's not true. That's not true, Dorothy. That's not true, please. Please now talk to me. Did I like really take you off track? Like you're absolutely lost or something? Please let me know. We can have a retake of this class tomorrow.
Actually, the class is really a practical class, you understand? So we have to, you understand, carry out constant practice so that we'll get used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Thank you, Ebube, for sharing. Any other comments? Or we'll just good to go? All right, I'm just going to share the task. Are you open for a task, or do you just want to go practice the editing part on your own and then give me feedback? Please let me know. Please talk to me. Wow.
We don't know what the task is, so we're a bit nervous to opt for the task. But maybe you can give us a task anyway, and then people can choose if they want to do the task or if they want to edit their recording.
All right, the task
I don't know.
The task for the day was actually to go out Okay, you know what? Just let's go edit. Let's go edit and come back with with uh with the feedback for me, because the next task would have been to go out there and look out for somebody that you know, search, because at the end of the day you're going to be needing to look out for jobs. So it's either you search for a story or a short commercial or a dialogue or a monologue or something, and then record, and then we're going to share and review that later on. But the response to this class is so scary. Like, I feel like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do to you guys? What have I done? Do you want us to have this particular editing class again? Or should we run it from narration to recording to editing again tomorrow, just so that you can catch up if you feel like you're lost?
Actually, those who are lost, I think that they can get what we have been carrying on the class through the replay. We getting the replay, we are okay and fine by that.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Ebube. Any other person wants to comment to that? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. No problem then. So that means tomorrow is day 5, and I'm going to give you tomorrow I'm going to give you all the replay tonight to go watch. And then tomorrow, just come back with feedback and let's just have a discussion around. So come back with questions tomorrow, basically. Come back with questions. What is unclear? What can I retake to explain again? What can we practice again together just to reaffirm that, okay, you're good, you understand it better now. And you can go try out more stuff, right? Tomorrow. Then next tomorrow was supposed to be day 6, which we're supposed to have the project that we're going to hunt for tomorrow and bring it and then review with each other. Then before we do our final graduation on Saturday, where we invite people to come and see the work that we've done. But what I will now do is I would extend this by a day, if it's okay by you guys, so that we'll do that final day on Sunday, right? We'll do that final day on Sunday where we invite people to learn. But we'll use Friday and Saturday to work on the project. But tomorrow, I want you to go watch the replay, please, and come back with me tomorrow with questions, and let's see which part of it we can retake or which part of it we can practice some more, which part of it you are finding difficult that I can take you through again, and then we'll now go on a project for Friday and Saturday, and then graduate on Sunday. Is that okay? I have only one yes. Yeah, 8 people here.
Yes, we are okay by that.
All right, thank you, everybody. Dorothy says yes. Barry says yes. Okay, Azazi says yes. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for being honest, because seriously, I am one person who thrives on feedback. So when I don't get feedback, it gets me like, oh my God, I've done so terrible a job, right? So, but please be free with me. Even if I've done a terrible job, you can tell me to my face, because I'm going to take that in and I'm going to work on it and come back better. So please feel free. Don't feel bad at all. If you think I've done a terrible job of this, please let me know and tell me exactly what you think I need to do better to help you understand this better. All right? Please, 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 please. I'm down on my knees begging you, because this is really important to me, that you leave here a better, that you've understood what you came here for, that your expectations, for taking up this course has been met. If not, at least, if not beyond. But my goal was to go beyond your expectation. But if it's not happening, but let me know that at least I've met your expectations. Will we do that for me, please? Oh, it's okay. Thank you so much, Dorothy, for letting me know. All right, let me not keep you guys too long again for tonight. But please do, I'll share all the links to all the replays so you can go through them again and let me have your questions tomorrow. And don't even wait. Don't wait till class time to send in your questions. As you're watching and you're getting questions, just keep dropping it on the group and I'll be responding to you, okay? Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right. Have a great night. Bye.
Thank you.